Also, I have a theory about Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So everyone's seen the trailers, right? And the box art. If I were to pull up an image of that really quickly, like, hold on, like, I've got one. Give me a second, and I'll pull it up. So look at this, yeah? You see this? You can't see my mouse, but there's a giant sword in its back. Yes. Well, I move it away so you can see my face. But like, there's a giant sword, like on his back, like on this thing's back. I believe that is the sword of.
Let us face the day with a renewed vigor.
Excuse me, Nia. I think that this here is the sword of the Mechonis. Alright? And this guy right here looks just like the same Titan on the screen of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Of the screen that you get, it looks just like this, but it's for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and it's got Rex and Pyrus standing in the front, and like some of the other casts like Nia and Dromar up behind them running towards them. That looks like it's the same Titan. So what I think, and plus, if you look in the trailer, I'm gonna put this on YouTube as a video. It's on separate video, um, and I'll edit in clips, and I'll like pause it and show. One of the characters of the leaders of one of the countries, I don't remember the names of them off the top of my head, has this mask on, and it looks just like the mask that like Melia wore when she was out in public to show that she couldn't show that she was half Homs, half Hyentia, right? And then one of the other ones, I swear, looks just like Nia, but she's got another. Oh, she also has some kind of weird like face covering on, and her outfit looks slightly different. It looks more like her Blade outfit, but it's got more coverage. And so what I think is, so much like, okay, Xenoblade 1 is obviously its own universe, and you find out about Klaus, who becomes Zanza and tries to take, and basically tries to become a god in this universe. And then, spoiler alert for the end of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 if you haven't played it. I haven't finished the game personally, but I know the lore behind the end. I don't know how the end of the fight goes or what happens at the end, but I know that the architect is Klaus, but from the universe that he was in when he created the universe of Xenoblade 1. And so half of his body remained in the original universe. And you see that in one of the cutscenes up ahead. He's the one that created the Aegis's, Pyramithra and Malos. And that's supposed to be the old Earth. And so this here is supposed to be just old Earth. Basically, this universe gets completely destroyed as well. And so he creates the world tree and basically creates a whole new world with the Titans that the people live on their backs and things like that. So what I think, this is just a theory, because we don't know for sure. The game comes out at the time of this stream, comes out a little over a week from now. I believe that somehow there's a weird, I don't know how, but it's somehow going to be almost a mashup of the two universes. Like the universes have weirdly collided in some way. Either it's a third separate universe that was created that like tossed the two that were created from this like basically kind of split of like here's the original, here's the new. And there's a third universe that like basically forces those two together somehow. Or if it's supposed to be connected in some way to the end of this game that I haven't seen yet. I don't know, but I've got a feeling that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 universe is some sort of weird mashup between the first two games' universe. And so I've got a feeling we're going to see returning characters from both areas. Maybe not. We haven't seen anything about blades, but that's kind of my theory. That's the only hole in it, really, is like, okay, if that's the case, where are all the blades? Um, and we'll see how the architect or Klaus plays in all of this, if he does at all, or if this is some other universe where it mashed those two together but left him out. Maybe that's why the blades aren't there. I don't know, but that's my theory on what Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is about. From the little bits of trailer that I've seen and just those images, some of the characters sound familiar. Like one of them sounds like the guy who was Rock's driver uh, way back at the beginning that we met, whose name I cannot remember at the moment. In the YouTube video, it'll all be edited in, so you guys will see it and whatnot. Um, but yeah, that's what I think is going to happen for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And so, with all that being said, I guess we ought to continue with our path to the world tree, which doesn't look a whole lot like a tree.